Hey, what's going on, Pokemon trainers? Trainer Connor 100 here with a Wi-Fi battle video in Pokemon Champions. Alright, Pokemon trainers, we are back for more content in Pokemon Champions today. Now, of course, the mobile version is arriving very soon, Wednesday, I think, right? There's going to be a maintenance update as well as a new regulation, Regulation MB. This is good news as we'll be expecting new Pokemon and maybe new items. Let's see how that goes. But before we get to that, I have some other battles featuring a brand new doubles team that I kinda like. It's got some potential there. The squad for the video, we have a Mega Gengar, and I keep changing his moveset, so I don't know exactly what he has now, but I know for a fact that it has Icy Wind, Shadow Ball, Protect, but the other moves I switch around, so we'll see what we go for in this video. We also have a Focus Sash Weavile here with Fake Out and Triple Axle, a White Herb Sneasler with access to Fake Out as well, and Close Combat for the White Herb to activate so that we don't lose our defense drops there. Fairy Feather Sylveon is so much fun. We're going to use it again. A defensive Milotic with Muddy Water Coil and Hypnosis, and then we also have that Mega Scizor. Alright, so the first team, or I should say the first battle, we see Incineroar, Whimsicott, Garchomp, Rotom Mosh, Sneasler as well, and then a Charizard. So we know right away that we will see Tailwind and potentially a Mega Charizard Y, which is very scary for my team. As you see, we have a few things weak to Charizard, and unfortunately, Muddy Water from Milotic may not do a lot of damage because of the Drought ability. And then we also see things like Rotom Mosh burn us with Will-O-Wisp, and then we have Fake Out coming from the Sneasler as well. So we'll see how we do here. This team is really good, I promise you on that. So we do see the Charizard is going to go for the Mega Evolution, which is unfortunate. I really wanted to Fake Out that Charizard because it's a threat. So we go for Fake Out after we see the Drought activate. While we do go for that Fake Out, we can't stop the Whimsicott from going for the Tailwind. That'll make every Pokemon on his side be a little bit faster. In Mermaid's case, the Milotic that I have, that doesn't matter. So we go for Coil here. I really can't do anything. Like I said, Muddy Water won't do anything, so the best thing I could do is probably Hypnosis and put something to sleep. And I think that's the idea that I had in mind during this battle. On the next turn, we see the Charizard Y going for that Heat Wave, which brings Cutter's HP down to 1, which activates the Focus Sash. And we go for that Triple Axle, trying to catch the Whimsicott, right? As my opponent switches out and goes into Sneasler, which is fine. We almost knock it out as we see it go down to 1 HP, and then we get that Hypnosis. Because we went for Coil, Hypnosis' accuracy is going to be going up quite a bit there. Now expecting a Fake Out coming from the Sneasler, we go into Gasper, which of course is the gift that you get from Pokemon Champions. So now I have 2 Gengar at my disposal, and we dodged that Fake Out. I can't go for Muddy Water right now, which is why I went for that Recover, and now I can go for the Mega Evolution. And I believe I go for... what did I go for? Like I said, I don't remember the exact set. Close Combat, though, is going to go first. And unfortunately for me, I lose connection. And Pokemon Champions is known for that. So something happened there. I can't tell you what, but it looks like we knocked out the Sneasler, or he switched out. But we go for Protect with Gengar. So, before that, I don't know exactly what happened. We're going to move on though, because what else can you do? So we see Solar Beam coming from the Charizard as he wakes up, and that is going to easily wipe out Mermaid the Milotic. So far it's been okay. Like, I made a few good plays, but there were times where I screwed up. And of course, the disconnection threw me off a little bit, but that's fine. I only have these two Pokemon. Actually, I think I have three. But we'll see how we manage that. He goes for Protect on the Charizard Y, which sucks because I go for Fake Out again. It's interesting that I have two Fake Out users, but I feel like that was a good idea when I built this team. Unfortunately for me, I brought Sludge Wave, forgetting that it hits my own Pokemon as well. Right after that, I actually switched it to Sludge Bomb, I believe. And then we see Darkest Lariat. I probably should have gone for Fake Out on the Incineroar, but I didn't do that. That's all part of learning, right? Because I'm not great in doubles, for those who don't know. But hey, we're learning, right? Unfortunately for me, this is my last Pokemon. We have Fake Out again. I really thought that would KO the Charizard from that range. That is not the case. So he goes for Tailwind again. It really ends up not mattering too much because I will outspeed the Whimsicott for some reason, because I believe Barclaw here is faster. As you see there, we go for the Gyre Claw, and I really thought that would KO, but this Whimsicott is carrying the Focus Sash. We do paralyze it, but man, this game was tough. So yes, we lose this battle. It's too bad because I thought I played relatively good. It just sucks that we lost connection in the middle of the game. It kinda threw me off a little bit, but that's okay. We'll move on. I would have won this battle if you didn't bring the Charizard, but of course that Charizard was a problem. In this second game here, you can see that my opponent has access to Lucario, Ceruledge, Alakazam, Venusaur, Noivern, and Gyarados. I end up bringing Gengar, regular Gengar at that, and a Weavile for Fake Out and Triple Axle, Fairy Feather Sylveon, and our Mega for the battle to be Scizor. And I was determined that I'm going to win this battle. Okay trainers, here we go. This is the last battle. Let's make it a good one. So I begin with Scizor and Weavile. And I was like, alright, let's go for the Mega Evolution. I was very close to going for Swords Dance with Scizor, but I figured if the Alakazam is packing a Focus Sash, I want to break it with U-Turn. We go for Fake Out with the Weavile here, catching the Noivern. And we finish it. You see the Alakazam going for Psychic Terrain, and this is going to be common in the Regulation MB, I believe? Yeah, it's going to be a lot of Terrain users, I hear. It's because Mega Raichu X's ability is Electric Surge, and then we have Psychic Terrain here. Grassy Terrain too, I might add. We better get used to that when Wednesday arrives, guys. And let me know if you guys are going to get the mobile version. I might try it, but we'll see how we do. I go for Protect on the Gengar as we go for Knock Off on the Alakazam just to get him out of there. That's good. And like I said, this Gengar is going regular this time. We see Tailwind again coming from the Noivern as he brings in Ceruledge, which is very scary. Now we see Ceruledge going for the Quick Claw, which is rather interesting because I was not expecting that because you're using Tailwind, right? Anyway, I expected him to go for a Dark type move, which is why I go into Catherine here, the Sylveon. He goes for U-Turn on the Weavile here. It is super effective, but we can live it. We had a Focus Sash anyway. He goes to Lucario, which is scary because I was expecting it to be his Mega for the battle. We do see that occur, but we'll see how we handle it, right? We know for a fact that it can go for a Sword Stance, Nasty Plot, or he could just be a regular physical attacker with close combat, Bullet Punch, what have you. I go for Protect because I'm expecting, Bullet Punch or something of that nature. We see a Flash Cannon coming from him. Bitter Blade will take out Cutter. So Weavile did his job in this battle. I don't have Protect on this particular Weavile. We go back into Gasper here, and this is where things get rather interesting for me. I go for Protect with Gasper, and then He goes to Flash Cannon. I knew I could live any one hit from the Lucario because of how bulky I am. We got that special defense drop, which ends up not mattering too much. Night Slash doesn't do anything because we protect. And I go for the Hyper Voice, which does a ton of damage to the Lucario. If I can knock out the Lucario, we will be good. Because we went for Protect and Detect, we are able to stall out the Tailwind that he had up, which is very important. I go for Detect with the Sylveon here, and I go for Shadow Ball. And we knock out the Ceruledge Edge. So you see that I'm kind of trying to play around with the Tailwind that was going on there, and then trying to make sure that we protect and detect at the right times. We see that happen here. Now Noivern here goes for Draco Meteor, and Gasper is rather bulk. I don't have a lot of EVs in the special defense department, but Gasper is well enough to take it. Flash Cannon will knock out Sylveon from that range. I can't go for Detect again, which sucks, but if I had the power to do that, I would have gone for it. I go for Icy Wind to slow down these two Pokemon here, so that way I can be faster with it, I believe. I don't know, that's okay. We're gonna go into Helix here, and then we're going to click Bullet Punch. That's like the only move I can go for at this point. U-turn may KO, but just to be safe, going for the Stab Bullet Punch. Well, U-turn is Stab also. But anyways, we're going to outspeed the Lucario, so I believe the Icy Wind did play a factor there. Fabulous! So there you go, we won our first doubles game in a long while. That felt good. I hope y'all enjoyed these games. Here, the next time I upload, we're going to be in a new regulation. We should be getting new Pokemon, new meta, pretty much new everything. With that said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye, trainers.